जिस दिन वेद के मंत्रों से धरती को सजाया जाएगा, जिस दिन वेद के मंत्रों से धरती को सजाया जाएगा, उस दिन ऋषि के गीतों का त्योहार मनाया जाएगा।
जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय, जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय।
जिस दिन काले बाजारों में धन के चोर नहीं होंगे,
धन के चोर नहीं होंगे, धन के चोर नहीं होंगे।
मदिरा के सौदाई जिस दिन चारों ओर नहीं होंगे,
चारों ओर नहीं होंगे, चारों ओर नहीं होंगे।
अंडे मांस के खाने वाले रिश्वत खोर नहीं होंगे, जिस दिन सच कहने वालों के दिल कमजोर नहीं होंगे। भूखे बच्चों को जिस दिन भूखा न सुलाया जाएगा, ओ भूखे बच्चों को जिस दिन भूखा न सुलाया जाएगा, उस दिन ऋषि के गीतों का त्योहार मनाया जाएगा।
जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय, जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय।
जिस दिन वीर शहीदों की कुर्बानी की पूजा होगी,
कुर्बानी की पूजा होगी, कुर्बानी की पूजा होगी।
देश के हित में सब कुछ देने वालों की पूजा होगी,
की पूजा होगी, की पूजा होगी।
उधम भगत सुभाष की जब कुर्बानी की पूजा होगी, वीर शिरोमणि लक्ष्मीबाई रानी की पूजा होगी। जब ऋषि के सपनों को साकार बनाया जाएगा, जब ऋषि के सपनों को साकार बनाया जाएगा, उस दिन ऋषि के गीतों का त्योहार मनाया जाएगा।
जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय, जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय, जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय, जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय।
उपत्वाग्ने दिवे दिवे दोषावस्तर्दिया
Namaste all. Welcome to another Sunday morning service here at our spiritual center. We will begin with Sandhya. Atha Sandhyopasana Vidhi Om Amritopastranamasi Swaha Om Amritapidhanamasi Swaha Om Satyam Yashah Shrirmai Shriyashrayatam Swaha Om Shanno Devirabhishtaya Apo Bhavantu Pitaye Shanyorabhisravantu Naha देवी स्वरूप ईश्वर पूरन अभीष्ट कीजे यह नीर हो सुधामय कल्याण दान दीजे नित रिद्धि सिद्धि बरसे हित हो सदा हमारा बहती रहे हृदय में सधर्म प्रेम धारा सधर्म प्रेम धारा O all-pervading Mother, sweet and divine, be pleased to bless the cravings of my soul, to reach thy bosom in this world of mine. Be filled with peace and bliss from pole to pole. Atanga Sparsha Mantra. Touching various limbs of the body. Om Vak Vak. Om Pranah Pranah. Om Chakshush Chakshuh. Om Shrotram Shrotram. Om Nabhi. Om Hridayam. Om Kantha. Om Shiraha. Om Bahubhyam Yashobalam. Om Karatal Kara Prishthe. Marjna mantra, sprinkling water. Om Bhuh Punatu Shirasi. Om Bhuah Punatu Netrayoh. Om Swah Punatu Kanthe. Om Maha Punatu Hridaye. Om Janah Punatu Nabhyam. Om Tapah Punatu Padayoh. Om Satyam Punatu Punashirasi. Om Kham Brahma Punatu Sarvatra. Pranaya mantra, saying this mantra in one breath 3 times. Om Bhu, Om Bhuvah, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Janah, Om Tapah, Om Satyam. Om Bhu, Om Bhuvah, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Janah, Om Tapah, Om Satyam. Om Bhu, Om Bhuvah, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Janah, Om Tapah, Om Satyam. Om Ritancha Satyancha Bhidha Tapasodya Jayata Tato Ratraya Jayata Tatah Samudro Arnavah. ॐ समुद्रादर्णवादधि संवत्सरो अजायत अहोरात्राणि विददत् विश्वस्य मिषतो वशी ॐ सूर्याचन्द्रमसौ धाता यथा पूर्वमकल्पयत् दिवं च पृथिवीं चान्तरिक्षमथो स्वः ॐ शन्नो देवीरभिष्टय आपो भवन्तु पीतये शन्योरभिस्रवन्तु नः मनसा परिक्रमा mantra, giving praise to God. ॐ प्राची दिगग्निरधिपतिरसितो रक्षितादित्या इषवः तेभ्यो नमोऽधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नमः इषभ्यो नमः एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान् द्वेष्ठियं वयं द्विष्मस्तम्भो जम्बे दद्मः ॐ दक्षिणादिगेन्द्रोऽधिपतिस्थिरश्चिराजि रक्षिता पितर इषवः तेभ्यो नमोऽधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नमः इषभ्यो नमः एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान् द्वेष्ठियं वयं द्विष्मस्तम्भो जम्भे दद्मः ॐ प्रतीचि दिग्वरुणोऽधिपतिः प्रेदाकु रक्षितान्नमिषवः तेभ्यो नमोऽधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नमः इषभ्यो नमः एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान् द्वेष्ठियं वयं द्विष्मस्तम्भो जम्भे दद्मः ॐ उदीची दिक्सोमोऽधिपतिः स्वजो रक्षिता शनिरिषवः तेभ्यो नमोऽधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नमः इषभ्यो नमः एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान् द्वेष्ठियं वयं द्विष्मस्तम्भो जम्बे दद्मः ॐ ध्रुवादिग्विष्णुरधिपतिः कल्माषग्रीवो रक्षिता विरुध इषवः तेभ्यो नमोऽधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नमः इषभ्यो नमः एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान् द्वेष्ठियं वयं द्विष्मस्तम्भो जम्बे दद्मः ॐ ऊर्ध्वादिग्बृहस्पतिरधिपतिः श्वित्रो रक्षिता वर्षमिषवः तेभ्यो नमोऽधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नमः इषभ्यो नमः एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान् द्वेष्ठियं वयं द्विष्मस्तम्भो जम्बे दद्मः Upasthana mantra. At this time, imagining that you're very close with God. Om Udvayam Tamasaspari Swaha Pashyanta Uttaram Devan Devatra Suryamaganma Jyotiruttamam Om Udutyam Jata Vedasam Devam Vahanti Ketavah दृशे विश्वाय सूर्यम् ॐ चित्रं देवानामुदगाननीकं चक्षुर्मित्रस्य वरुणस्याग्नेः आप्राद्यावा पृथिवी अन्तरिक्षं सूर्य आत्मा जगतस्तस्तुषश्च स्वाहा ॐ जातवेदसे सुनवामसो ममराति यतो निदहाति वेदः सनः पर्षदति दुर्गानि विश्वानावेव सिन्धुं दुरितात् यज्ञिः ॐ तच्चक्षुर्देवहितं पुरस्तात् शुक्रमुच्चरत् पश्येम शरदः शतं जीवेम शरदः शतं शृणुयाम शरदः शतं प्रब्रवाम शरदः शतमदीनाः स्याम शरदः शतं भूयश्च शरदः शतात् ॐ शन्नो देवीरभिष्टय आपो भवन्तु पीतये शन्योरभिस्रवन्तु नः अथ ब्रह्म गायत्री सावित्री गुरुमन्त्र ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् समर्पण वाक्यम हे ईश्वर दयानिधे भवत्कृपयानेन जपोपासनादिकर्मणा धर्मार्थकाममोक्षाणां सद्यः सिद्धिर्भवेन्नः तथा ईश्वर नमस्कुर्यात् ॐ नमः शम्भवाय च मयो भवाय च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च हे मंगलेश शंकर मंगल करो हमारा पावन प्रकाश पाई परमार्थ पुण्य द्वारा परिजान पय पिला दो अवदर अगाध दानी तेरी शरण में आया है भक्त यह भवानी है भक्त यह भवानी. And now I bow to thee, O God of calm, O God of peace and Lord of bliss divine. Thy grace supplies the burning hearts a balm. Thy blessings in my right desires shine. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Iti Sandhyopasana Vidhi Samaptaha. We would now like to invite the Yajman up to the mandap. And we'll have the bhajan Aaj Mil Sab Geet Gao. आज मिल सब गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद, जिसका यश नित गाते हैं गंधर्व गुनी जन धन्यवाद। आज मिल सब गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद। मंदिरों में कंदरों में पर्वतों के शिखर पर, मंदिरों में कंदरों में पर्वतों के शिखर पर देते हैं लगातार 100 बार मुनिवर धन्यवाद। आज मिल सब गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद। शादियों में जलसयों में यज्ञ और उत्सव के आज, शादियों में जलसयों में यज्ञ और उत्सव के आज, नीत स्वर से चाहिए करे नारी नर सब धन्यवाद। आज मिल सब गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद, जिसका यश नित गाते हैं गंधर्व गुनी जन धन्यवाद। आज मिल सब गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद, उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद, उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद।
ओम ओम। Once more, as we have gathered here in Mandir today, all of us, blessed souls in Mandir, and all our members, all our well-wishers who watch us online. Today, as we know, as we call it Patriots Day, 21 years ago, we had the event that sorrowful event in Manhattan. And today, as we perform Hawane Yajya, we think of all those souls who have lost their lives, especially those who raced towards that building to save others, who have made that ultimate sacrifice. Many of us sitting here may have known someone. I personally know a firefighter who lost his life in that event. And so today, as we perform Hawane Yajya, with heightened awareness, we think of all those noble souls who have lost their lives in that attack 21 years ago. Om. We start by performing Achmana. We'll take water in our right palms and together asking God, Prajapati Bhagwan, that as we go forward as a nation, as a family, as a mandir, may we always be protected from above, from below, and from all directions. Om Amrito Pastarnamasi Swaha. Om Amrita Pidhanamasi Swaha. Om Satyam Yashah Shrirmai Shri Shrayatam Swaha. We pray that may wealth consisting of truth, fame, and riches take refuge in us all. We now take water in our left palms And touching our various body limbs and asking Prajapati Bhagwan, may all our body limbs remain strong and enable us to always fulfill our divine as well as our family functions, individual as well as our family functions. Om Vangamasye Astu. Om Nasurme Prarno Astu. Om Akshnurme Chakshurastu. Om Karnayorme Shrotramastu. Om Bahurme Balamastu. Om Urvurma Ojo Astu. Om Arishtani Meyangani Tanustanvame Saha Santu. Ateshwar Stuti Prarthana Upasana. All of us sitting in a comfortable prayerful position and focusing our minds on God, Prajapati Bhagwan, and saying, O Master, it is through your grace that once more we're blessed. We're indeed blessed to be in Mandir today. And we ask you, O Master, Duritani, whatever may be difficult in our experiences ahead, take it all away from us, and Yad Bhadram, bring on to us all that's beautiful, benevolent, and auspicious, so that our lives, our family lives, our Mandir lives will be one which is always interesting and pleasant. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yad Bhadram Tanasuva Om Hiranyagarbha Samavar Tatagre Bhutasya Jatah Patireka
आसीत्
Sadadhar Prithvim Yamute Mam Kasmai
देवाय हविषा विधेमा
Om Ya Atmada Baladayasya Vishwa Upasate Prashisham Yasya
देवाः
Yasya Chayamritam Yasya Mrityuh Kasmai
देवाय हविषा विधेमा
Om Yah Pranato Nimishato Mahitveka Idraja Jagato Babhuva Ya Ishe Asya Dvipadashchatushpadaha Kasmai
देवाय हविषा विधेमा
Om Ye Nadyo Rugra Prithvi Chadridha Yena Swahastabhitam Yena
नाकः
Yo Antarikshe Rajaso Vimanaha Kasmai
देवाय हविषा विधेमा
Om Prajapate Natvadetananyo Vishwajatani Parita
बभूव
Yat Kamaste Juhumastano Astu Vayam Syama
पतयोरयीणाम्
Om Sano Bandhur Janita Savidhata
धामानि वेद भुवनानि विश्वा यत्र देवा अमृतमानशानास् तृतीयेधा मन्नद्यैरयन्त ॐ अग्नेनय सुपथाराय अस्मान् विश्वानि देववयुनानि विद्वान् युयोध्यस्मज्जुहुराणमेनो भूयिष्ठान्ते नम उक्तिं विधेमा
हे सकल जगत के उत्पत्ति करता समग्र ऐश्वर्य युक्त शुद्ध स्वरूप सर्व सुखों के दाता परमेश्वर आप कृपा करके हमारे संपूर्ण दुर्गुण, दुर्व्यसन और दुखों को दूर कीजिए। जो कल्याण कारक गुण कर्म स्वभाव वाले पदार्थ है, वे सब हमको प्राप्त कराइए। O Agni, lead us on to the right path, to the wealth of liberation. For you know all pathways leading in that direction. Remove from us any tendencies that will lead us astray. Again and again, we offer you words of salutations and praise. इतीश्वर स्तुति प्रार्थना उपासना प्रकरणम् अथ स्वस्ति वाचनम्. We pray for swasti, for goodness and benevolence in our lives, that as a family, however we will speak with each other, however we will interact with each other, may such speech, may such interactions always bring about goodness and benevolence for each one of us. ॐ अग्निमीरे पुरोहितं यजस्य देवमृद्विजं होतारं रत्नधातमम् ॐ सनः पितेव सूनवे अग्निसुपायनो भव सचस्वानः स्वस्तये ॐ स्वस्ति नो मिमितामश्विना भगः स्वस्ति देव्यादितिर्नरवर्णः स्वस्ति पूषा असुरो दधातु नः स्वस्ति द्यावा पृथिवी सुचेतुना ॐ स्वस्तये वायुमुप्रभ्रवामहे सोमं स्वस्ति भुवनस्य
यस्पतिः
बृहस्पतिं सर्वगणं
स्वस्तये
स्वस्तयादित्यासो
भवन्तु नः
ॐ विश्वे देवानो अद्य
स्वस्तये
वैश्वानरो वसुरग्निः
स्वस्तये
देवा अवन्तभृभवः
स्वस्तये
स्वस्ति नो रुद्रः पात्वम्
त्वं हसः
ॐ स्वस्ति मित्रा वरुणा स्वस्ति पत्ये
रेवती
स्वस्ति न इन्द्राश्चाग्निश्च
स्वस्ति नो अदिते कृधि
ॐ स्वस्ति पन्थाम
मनुचरेम सूर्या चन्द्रमसा विव पुनर्ददताग्नता जानता संगमे महि
इति संक्षेपतः स्वस्ति वाचनम् अथ शान्तिकरणम्. Shanti meaning peace and harmony, and asking Prajapati Bhagwan that as we go forward as a nation on this day, September 11th, may peace and harmony come to us from all directions. ॐ शन्ना इन्द्राग्नि भवतामवोभिः शन्ना इन्द्रा वरुणा रातहव्या शमिन्द्रा सोमा सुविताय शम्युः शन्ना इन्द्रा पूषणा वाजसातौ ॐ शनो भगः शमुनः शंसो वस्तु शन्नः पुरन्दिः
शमुसन्तुरायः
शनः सत्यस्य सुयमस्य शंसः शनो अर्यमा
पुरुजातो अस्तु
ॐ शन्नो धाता शमुधर्ता नो अस्तु शना उरुचि
भवतु स्वधाभिः
शं रोदसी बृहति
शन्नो अद्रिः
शन्नो देवानां
सुहवानि सन्तु
ॐ शन्नो अग्निर्ज्योतिरनीको अस्तु शनो मित्रा वरुणा वश्विनाशं शनः सुकृतां सुकृतानि सन्तु शना इशिरो
अभिवातु वातः
ॐ शन्नो द्यावा पृथिवी पूर्वहूतौ शमन्तरिक्षं
विषयेनो अस्तु
शना ओषधीर्वनिनो भवन्तु नो रजसस्पतिरस्तु
पतिरस्तु जिष्णुः
ॐ शन्ना इन्द्रो वसुभिर्देवो वस्तु शमादितेभिर्वरुणः
सुशंसः
शनो रुद्रो रुद्रेभिर्
जलाशः
शनस्त्वस्ताग्नाभिरिह शृणोतु ॐ शन्नः सोमो भवतु ब्रह्मशन्नः शन्नो ग्रावाणः शमुसन्तु
यज्ञाः
शनः स्वरुणां
मितयो भवन्तु
शनः प्रसवः
शंवस्तु वेदिः
अथ शिवसङ्कल्पमन्त्राः तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु. Again, asking God in this very beautiful Shiva Sankalpa Sukta that may that our minds, manaha, as we know manaha meaning our minds, Shiva Sankalpa, beautiful and benevolent thoughts, noble and auspicious thoughts. We ask Prajapati Bhagwan, may that our minds ever be filled, always be filled with beautiful and benevolent thoughts for each other. May that our minds always be filled with noble and auspicious thoughts for each other. When such thoughts are present within the minds of every one of us, can we enjoy that peace and harmony that we all cherish together. All of us, however we can clasp if we can, and sitting in a very upright position and focusing our minds and asking God, Tanme Manaha Shiva Sankalpamastu. Om Yajagrato Duramudeti Devam Tadu Suptasya Tathaivaiti Durangamam Jyotisham Jyotirekam. All of us.
तन्मे मनः शिव संकल्पमस्तु
Om Yena Karmanyapasो Manishino Yajye Krinavanti Vidate Shudhiraha Yadapurvam Yakshamantaha Prajana Tanme
मनः शिव
Shiva
संकल्पमस्तु
Om Yat Prajana Mutachetu Dhritischa Yajyotirantaramritam Prajasu Yasmanarite Kinchana Karma Kriyate Tanme
मनः शिव संकल्पमस्तु
Om Yenedam Bhutam Bhuvanam Bhavishyat Parigrihitam Amritena
सर्वं
Yena Yajyastayate Saptahota. All of us.
तन्मे मनः शिव संकल्पमस्तु
Om Yasmin Richaha Samayajumshi Yasmin Pratishtita Ratana Bhavivaraha Yasmin Chittam Sarvamotam Prajana
तन्मे मनः शिव संकल्पमस्तु
Om Susharathirashvani Vayan Manushyan Ne Niyate Bhishubhirvaji
नैव
हृत्प्रतिष्ठं यदजिरं जविष्टं
तन्मे मनः शिव संकल्पमस्तु
तन्मे मनः शिव संकल्पमस्तु. And again we ask thee, O Master, blow your peace onto the world of animals, peace indeed to the world of trees and plants. And O Master, O Prajapati Bhagwan, there are many places on the face of Mother Earth where that peace is currently disturbed. We ask you, O God, O Prajapati Bhagwan, may your peace be in all these places. Om Sanaha Pavasva Shangave Sham Janaya Shamarvate Sham Rajano Shadhibhyaha. And that prayer for Abhayadan, asking God for that gift of fearlessness, that as we go forward with our respective families, as a Mandir family, our extended family watching us online, and this great nation as we go forward, may we experience no fear from those who are friendly to us, and even those who may be unfriendly. No fear during the day, neither during the night. No fear from what we know about life now and what we do not know about life ahead. And may we be friendly unto all directions, and may all directions be friendly and smile with us all. Om Abhayam Naha Karyantariksham
अभयं
Abhayam
द्यावा पृथिवी उभे इमे
Abhayam
पश्चादभयं पुरस्तात् दुत्तरादराधभयं नो अस्तु
Om Abhayam Mitrad Abhayam Amitrad
अभयं जातादभयं परोक्षात्
Abhayam Naktam Abhayam Divanaha Sarva Asha
मम
Mama
मित्रं
Mitram
भवन्तु
Sarva Asha Mama Mitram Bhavantu. Sarva Asha, from all directions, Mama Mitram Bhavantu. Mitram, may all directions look at us with a friendly eye. Again, Sarva Asha Mama Mitram Bhavantu. Iti Sankshepatah Shanti Karanam. शरण में आए है हम तुम्हारे, दया करो है दयालु भगवन, संभालो बिगड़ी दशा हमारे, दया करो है दयालु भगवन, दया केवल रो है दयालु भगवन, शरण में आए हैं हम तुम्हारे, दया करो है दयालु भगवन, दया करो है दयालु भगवन. Mother Mandarshini and all of us on stage and all of us in Mandir here today, indeed blessed we are to be in Mandir once more to perform Havana Yajya, one of our 5 daily duties which we get to do once every, some of us do it in our homes, yes, but as a Mandir family, we are privileged to do this once every week, every Sunday in Mandir. And today, as we kindle Agni once more, We ask God, Agni, which is symbolic of your wisdom, O Master, may your wisdom always be kindled in our lives, in our hearts, to guide us in whatever we will do in life ahead. ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वर्ग्यौरिव भूम्ना पृथिवीवरिम्ना तस्यास्ते पृथिवी देवयजनि पृष्ठे अग्निं मना दमना ध्यायादधे. With outstretched palms towards the Yanchakund, all of us following Banshivi. Om Udbudya Swagni Pratijagrahe Twamishta Purte Samsrije Tamayancha Asmint Sadhaste Adyutarasmin Vishve Deva Yajmanascha Sidata. Darshini, you brought the flowers. Thank you, Darshini. Our video always looks so nice with these fresh flowers. Thank you so much. Samida Dhanam, 3 pieces of Samida. All of us again chanting with our sweet voices today. I really appreciate how all of us are chanting so nicely. That's what we do when we come to Monday. We all do join our sweet voices together. All of us. Om Ayanta Idma Atma Jata Vedastene Yasva Vardhasva Chedha Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Nanadyena Samedhaya
Swaha
Iramagne
Iramagne Chatvedase Idannamama
Om Samidhagnim Dovasyata Griter
Bodhayathatithim Asmin Havya Johotana Susamidhaya Shochishe Gritam Tivram Johotana Agnaye Jata Vedase Swaha
Iramagne Jata Vedase Idanna Mama Om Tantva Samibhirangiro Gritena Vardhayamasi Brihachochaya Vishtaya
Swaha
Iramagne Angirase Idanna Mama Atha Panchagrit Ahutaya. Mara and Darshini, you all will offer ghee as you know 5 times on Agni. And as we offer ghee onto Agni, what happens with Agni? Agni will rise, Agni will grow. In the same way, what's the symbolism? May we continue to inculcate such habits that will enable us to grow in life. And after some time, this fire glows, as per Pandit Deepak and all of us. This fire will glow. And similarly, with the good qualities we will inculcate, we will also glow in life. Om Om Ayanta Idma Atma Jata Vedastene Yasva Vardhasva Chedha Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase
Nanadyena Samedhaya Swaha Iramagne Chatvedase Idannamama Om Ayanta Itma Atma Tvedhastene Yasva Vardhasva Cheda Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Nanadyena Samedhaya Swaha Idamagne Jata Vedase Idannamama Om Ayanta Idma Atma Jata Vedastene Yasva Vardhasva Chedha Vardhaya चास्मान् प्रजया
पशुभिर्ब्रह्मा
पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसे नानाद्येन समेधय
स्वाहा
स्वाहा इदमग्ने जातवेदसे इदन्ना मम ॐ अयन्त इद्मा आत्मा जातवेदस्तेने ध्यस्ववर्धस्व चेदवर्धय चास्मान् प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसे
नानाद्येन समेधया
स्वाहा
इरमग्ने जातवेदसे
इदन्ना मम fifth and final time ॐ अयन्त इद्मा आत्मा जातवेदसेने
यस्ववर्धस्व चेदवर्धय चास्मान् प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसे नानाद्येन समेधया
स्वाहा
इरमग्ने जातवेदसे इदन्ना मम. Pandita in training, Banshivi, you will sprinkle that water first in the eastern direction, then in the west, then in the north, and then with the last mantra going all the way around. And asking God that may we have a balance in our life. Just like how in this universe, there is a balance between, there needs to be a balance between heat and coolness. Similarly, in our personal lives, in our family lives, we need to have a balance between the material things we acquire and what we're doing here now, the spiritual things that we gain time after time. Om Adite Anumanyaswa. Om Anumate Anumanyaswa. Om Saraswate Anumanyaswa. Om Deva Savitah Prasuvayajam Prasuvayajapatim Bhagaya. Divyo Gandharvaha Ketapuhu Ketanaha Punatu. वाचस्पतिर्वाचनः स्वदतु अथ आघारावाज्यभागाहुतयः. First in the north, then in the south, then the rest in the center. All of us again. Om Agnaye
Swaha
Iram Agnaye
Idanna Mama
Om Somaya
Swaha
Iram Somaya
Idanna Mama
Om Prajapataye
Swaha
Iram Prajapataye
Idanna Mama
Om Indraya
Swaha
Iram Indraya
Idanna Mama
Hi Samagri Ahutayah. Om Suryo Jyotir Jyotihi Suryah
Swaha
Om Suryo Varcho Jyotir Varchah
Swaha
Om Jyotihi Suryah Suryo Jyotihi
Swaha
Om Sajur Devena Savitra Sajurusha Sendravatya Jasharno Agnir Suryo Vetus
Swaha
Om Agnir Jyotir Jyotir Agnihi
Swaha
Om Agnir Varcho Jyotir Varchaha.
Swaha
Silent mantra. Om
Swaha
Om Sajur Devena Savitra Sajuratrendyavatya Jasharno Agnirvetus
Swaha
Om Bhuragnaye Pranaya
Swaha
Iramagnaye Pranaya
Idanna Mama
Om Bhuvarvayave Panaya
Swaha
Iram Vayave Panaya
Idanna Mama
Om Swaradityaya Vyanaya
Swaha
Iram Adityaya Vyanaya
Idanna Mama
Om Bhur Bhuvah Swaragni Vayavaditebhyah Pranapan Vyanebhyah
Swaha
Iramagni Vayavaditebhyah Pranapan Vyanebhyah
idanna mama.
ॐ आपो ज्योतिरसो अमृतं ब्रह्मा भूर्भुवः स्वरोम्
Swaha.
ॐ या मेधां देवगणाः पितरश्चोपासते तयामामद्य मेधयाग्नि मेधाविनं कुरुस्
Swaha.
ॐ विश्वानि देव सवितर दुरितानि परासुव यद्भद्रं तन्न आसुव
Swaha.
ॐ अग्ने नय सुपथाराय यस्मान् विश्वानि देव वयुनानि विद्वान् यो योऽद्यस्मज्जुहुरार्णमेनो भूयिष्ठान्ते नम उक्तिं विधेमस्
Swaha.
At this point, I'll request our Pandit in training, Bhai Niraj, to chant the Pavamana Huti mantras, and our Yajmans will make offerings of only ghee. Bhai Niraj.
Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Agna Ayumshi Pavasa Asuvorjamisham Chanaha Areba Dasvaduchunam Swaha Idamagne Pavamanaya Idannamama Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Agnirdishi Pavamanah Panchajanyah Purohitah Tamimhe Mahagayam Swaha Idamagne Pavamanaya Idannamama Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Agne Pavaswa Swapa Asme Varchah Suviryam Dadadrai Mai Posham Swaha Idamagne Pavamanaya Idannamama Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Prajapate Natvadetanyanyo Vishwajatani Paritaba Bhuva Yat Kamaste Juhumastano Astu Vayam Syama Patayorayinam Swaha Idam Prajapate Idannamama
Om. Om. We think of any one of our members who is watching us and they're maybe celebrating their birthday today or during the past week. We chant two special mantras. There are a couple of people I know who would have been here on a Sunday like this, but because of situations in their lives, they can't be here. And so we chant these two or three special mantras on the occasion of all those celebrating their birthdays. Om Bhadram Karnebihi Shrinuyama Deva. We ask God, Bhadram. Shrinu means to listen. May they continue to listen to that which is noble. May they continue to see that which is auspicious, singing God's praises with strong limbs and a healthy body. May they enjoy, may all our birthday celebrants enjoy a long lifespan determined by their good and noble deeds. ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवा भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टवां सत्सनोभिर्व्यशेमहि देवहितं यदायुः स्वाहा ॐ स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नास्तारिक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु स्वाहा ॐ इन्द्रजीवा सूर्यजीवा देवजीवा जीवयासं सर्वमायुर्जीवयासं स्वाहा We think of also of those individuals who are not in the best of health. There are a couple of family members I know also. I mean, not only I, but many of us in Mandir here today. One of our sons who come to Mandir, Rajesh, his mom, was recently in the hospital. She came out, and she's still not in the best of health. And there are other individuals we all know who is not in the best of health right now. And so Banshivi and Darshini and Mara, I'll ask you to make offerings for all these individuals who are not experiencing good health at this point. And we pray and ask God, Prajapati Bhagwan, that just like how a ripened fruit is automatically released from its stem, in the same way, in the same way, may all their stresses, may all their ill health be taken away, and may renewed health be unto all these people. And also those families who have experienced loss in the past week. We think of those families and ask God that may strength also be with these people. ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्युर्मोक्षीय मामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्युर्मोक्षीय मामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीय मामृतात् स्वाहा
अथ पूर्णाहुतिरूप आघारावाच्य भागाहुतयः ॐ अग्नये
स्वाहा
इरमग्नये
इदन्नामम
ॐ सोमाय
स्वाहा
इरं सोमाय
इदन्नामम
ॐ प्रजापतये
स्वाहा
इदं प्रजापतये
इदन्नामम
ॐ इन्द्राय
स्वाहा
इरमिन्द्राय
इदन्नामम
ॐ भूरग्नये
स्वाहा
इरमग्नये
इदन्नामम
ॐ भुवर्वायवे
स्वाहा
इरं वायवे
इदन्नामम
ॐ स्वरादित्याय
स्वाहा
इरमादित्याय
इदन्नामम
ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वरग्नि वायवादितेभ्यः स्वाहा इरमग्नि वायवादितेभ्यः इदन्नामम अथ ब्रह्म गायत्री सावित्री गुरु मंत्रः हाथ जोड़ करके आंखें मूंद करके अब हम ब्रह्म गायत्री सावित्री गुरु मंत्र उच्चारण करेंगे with clasped palms and closed eyes. Let's all chant Gayatri mantra once more and asking God, Dhiyo yo naha prachodaya, Dhi hamari buddhi, our intellect, prachodaya to guide. O Master, guide our intellect that may we always make the right choices in life. And as a result of making the right choices, may we enjoy a life filled with goodness, an abundance of happiness and prosperity, and your blessings, O Master. ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ओ स्वाहा ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर् भर्गो देवस्य
धीमहि
धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर् भर्गो
देवस्य
धीमहि
धीमहि
धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा हे दयालु परमात्मन, आप अपनी असीम कृपा से हमारी सदा रक्षा करते हैं। आप ही हमारे जीवन आधार है। अपने सेवकों के दुखों को दूर करके उनको सुख देने वाले हैं। आप सर्वत्र सुप्रतिष्ठित और सुप्रसिद्ध है। आप सर्वोत्तम, शुद्ध, पवित्र और ज्ञान स्वरूप है। आपसे ही यह सारा जगत उत्पन्न हुआ है। आप ही सकल शुभ गुणों की खान है। आपका हम प्रतिदिन ध्यान करें और आप हमें विवेकशीलता, धारणावती मेधा, सद्बुद्धि प्रदान करें। सृष्टकृताहुति ॐ यदस्य कर्मणोऽत्यरीरिचं
यद्वायुनमिहाकरम् अग्निस्तत्स्विष्टकृद्विद्यात् सर्वं स्विष्टं सुहोतं करोतु मे अग्नये स्विष्टकृते सहुतहुते सर्वप्रायश्चित्ताहुतीनां कामानां समर्धयित्रे सर्वानः कामान् समर्धय स्वाहा इदमग्नये स्पुष्टकृते इदन्नामम स्वाहा इदं प्रजापतये इदन्नामम
पूर्णाहुति के लिए हम सब खड़े हो जाइए. May we all please stand for the final three offerings. Sarvam vai Purnam Swaha. All is perfect, all is complete. May the perfection of today's Havana Yajya, on this day, on this Patriots' Day, as we think of all the souls who have lost their lives 21 years ago, almost 3,000 souls, we ask God, as the vibrations of our chanting emanate into the atmosphere, as the burning of this samagri, which becomes microparticles, emanate into the atmosphere, may it reach these souls to give them that peace that they may still need. All of us. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. All of us with outstretched palms towards the Yajya Kund, following our Yajmans on stage. Together,
ॐ तनुपा अग्नेयसि तन्वं मे पाहि ॐ आयुर्दा अग्नेयसि आयुर्मे देहि ॐ वर्चोदा अग्नेयसि वर्चो मे देहि ॐ अग्नेयन्मे तन्वा ऊनं तन्मा आप्रिना ॐ मेधा मे देवः सविता आदधातु ॐ मेधा मे देवी सरस्वती आदधातु ॐ मेधा मे अश्विनौ देवावाधत्तां पुष्करस्रजौ.
आप्यायताम् ॐ वाक्क्षमा आप्यायताम् ॐ प्राणश्चामा आप्यायताम् ॐ चक्षुश्चामा आप्यायताम् ॐ श्रोत्रं चामा आप्यायताम् ॐ यशोबलं चामा आप्यायताम्. We'll all take our seats. You'll go to the tabla. Dion, play the harmonium for us, please. Ya Jagit Pujani Ya Prabhu Hamare. If you have your Atma Geet, we are looking at page 215. Please join your sweet voices with us all. पूजनीय प्रभु हमारे भाव उज्जवल कीजिए चोर देवे छल कपट को मानसिक बल दीजिए वेद की गावे ऋचाए सत्य को धारण करे हर्ष में हो मग्न सारे शोक सागर से तरे अश्वमेधाधिक रचाए यज्ञ पर उपकार को धर्म मर्यादा चला कर लाभ दे संसार नित्य श्रद्धा भक्ति से यज आदि हम कर रोग पीड़ित विश्व के संताप सब हरते रहे भावना मिट जाए मन से पाप अत्याचार कामनाएं पूर्ण होवे यज्ञ से नर लाभकारी हो हवन हर जीवधारी वायु जल सर्वत्र हो शुभ गंध को धारण करे स्वर्ग भाव मिटे हमारा प्रेम पथ विस्तार हो इदन मम का सारथक प्रत्येक में क्लास्पिंग हाथ जोर झुकाए मस्तक हाथ जोर झुकाए मस्तक वंदना हम कर रहे नाथ करुणा रूप करुणा आपकी सब पर रहे प्रभु आपकी सब पर रहे प्रभु आपकी सब पर रहे ओम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् हे ईश सब सुखी हो कोई प्री सब हो निरोग धन धान्य के सब भद्र भाव देखे सन्मार्ग के पथिक हो, दुखिया न कोई होवे, सृष्टि में प्राण भारी, सृष्टि में प्राण भारी, सृष्टि में प्राण भारी. Oh God, may all be happy. May no one be afflicted with pain. May everyone be rid of all forms of illnesses. May we be filled with all kinds of riches. May we only see that which is auspicious. May we continue to walk on the path of virtue. O sustainer of cosmic bread, may no one be in any form of calamity or distress. Om Shanti 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 Om. Iti havanna yajyah samaptah. Iti havanna yajyah samaptah. Iti havanna yajyah samaptah. This has brought us to an end of the Havan portion of today's ceremony, today's service. At this point, I'll pass the microphone over to our organizing secretary, Bahandarshini, who will be our Sabhapati for this morning. Bahandarshini.
Namaste, everyone. Namaste to everyone in Mandir this morning and to all of our viewers who are joining us on social media, on YouTube, and on Facebook. To open this second segment, I would like to call on Pai Dion. I don't know if I've ever heard you sing. I'm not sure, but today I'll hear you sing. So, oh, he's a very good singer, so we're in for a treat. So Pai Dion will lead us in the first bhajan this morning, followed by Pai Niraj.
My humble namaste to everyone. For all those Atma, for all those souls who are no longer with us, we pray Atma ko sadgati प्राप्त हो. दया में पिता में बनो तो प्यारा, कृपा हो तिहारी सदा हो जारा. दया में पिता में बनो तो प्यारा, कृपा हो तिहारी दया. दया में पिता में बनो तो प्यारा, कृपा हो तिहारी सदा हो जारा. जगत पाल करता बनाता बिगाता, जगत पाल करता गाता बिगाता, तुम्हार बनो में लगा दो सहारा. दया में पिता में बनो तो प्यारा, कृपा हो तिहारी सदा हो जारा. दया है तिहारी नयाता विकाता, दया है तिहारी नयाता विकाता, सभी सन व्यापी लगाओ द्वारा. दया में पिता में बनो तो प्यारा, कृपा हो तिहारी सदा हो जारा. करो दूर हमसे जहाँ पाप जाला, करो दूर हमसे जहाँ पाप जाला, नजर हो भुआला करो मोनी तारा, दया में पिता में बनो तो प्यारा, कृपा होती हारी हरा हो जारा, दया में पिता में बनो तो प्यारा, कृपा होती हारी सदा हो जारा, कृपा होती हारी सदा हो जारा, कृपा होती हारी सदा हो जारा। धन्यवाद।
Thank you so much, Paidian. You're a very good singer. Thank you. And that bhajan, the chorus of that bhajan says, O merciful Father, may I become your beloved child, and may your special graces always shine in myself. I'll now ask Niraj to switch over and do a bhajan. While Niraj is getting all set up, I would like to say a very special thank you to everyone who came in this morning and helped me set up the mandir. And for those who donated the fruits and the prasad, thank you very much for your contribution.
The bhajan I'll be singing is Pita Sabaka. It means God is the father of all humankind. Focus on Him in your dealings. Perform beautiful havan in every home, and thereby try to know Him. पिता सबका है वह ईश्वर, उसी को याद कर प्राणी, पिता सबका है वह ईश्वर, उसी को याद कर प्राणी, हवन सुंदर रचो घर घर, हवन सुंदर रचो घर घर, उसी को जान अभिमानी, उसी को जान अभिमानी, पिता सबका है वह ईश्वर, उसी को याद कर प्राणी। जोगी अग्नि में जलता है, जोगी अग्नि में जलता है, जहर को दूर करता है, जहर को दूर करता है, सभी रोगों को हरता है, सभी रोगों को हरता है, यही है वेद की वाणी, यही है वेद की वाणी, पिता सबका है वह ईश्वर, उसी को याद कर प्राणी। परी कस्तूर और केसर, परी कस्तूर और केसर, महक छाई हुई घर घर, महक छाई हुई घर घर। चलो वेदों की आज्ञा पर, चलो वेदों की आज्ञा पर, नहीं होगे बहुत हानि। पिता सबका है वह ईश्वर, उसी को याद कर प्राणी। विनय करता है स्वामी जी, विनय करता है स्वामी जी। अगर सुख चाहते मित्रों, अगर सुख चाहते मित्रों, करो मिलकर हवन सुंदर, करो मिलकर हवन सुंदर। वही है यज्ञ सुख खानी। पिता सबका है वह ईश्वर, उसी को याद कर प्राणी। हवन सुंदर रचो घर घर, हवन सुंदर रचो घर घर। उसी को जान अभिमानी। पिता सबका है वह ईश्वर, उसी को याद कर प्राणी, उसी को याद कर प्राणी, उसी को याद कर प्राणी। Good job.
Thank you, Bhai Neeraj. So, Pandit Bharat, would you like me to do one, or would you like me to?
Yes, we can take one more round.
Does anyone else want to do one? A bhajan? Okay. All right. All righty. So let me do one, and I'm sorry if I make any mistakes that I didn't practice. I'll have to practice next time. आज अंधेरे में हम इंसान, चांद सूरज चमका हे भगवान। आज अंधेरे में हम इंसान, चांद का सूरज चमका हे भगवान। जिसे पहचान आज अंधेरे में हम इंसान चांद सूरज चमका दे भगवान आ, हम तो है संतान तिहारी प्रभु संतान तिहारी हम तो है संतान तिहारी प्रभु संतान तिहारी तेरी दया के हम भिखारी प्रभु है हम भिखारी तेरी दया के हम भिखारी प्रभु है हम भिखारी धनिया होवे सुखी हमारी धनिया होवे सुखी हमारी ऐसा रे वरदान ऐसा रे वरदान आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान चांद सूरज चमका दे भगवान आ, चांद सूरज चमका दे भगवान चांद सूरज चमका दे भगवान चांद सूरज चमका दे भगवान
Very good, very good. Darshini, give her a round of applause. That was really nice. Darshini, many of us who know her, she's a teacher, a public school teacher, and despite her busy schedule, she makes every effort to do whatever she can for the growth of this mandir. And we're very happy to have her as our organizing secretary. At this point, Darshini will give us the announcements for this week.
Thank you, Pandit Bharat. So our first announcement for this morning is our Sandhya and meditation sessions. And these sessions are held on Thursday from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. via Zoom. If you'd like to find out the Zoom link and more information, please reach out to Pandit Deepak for that. If you'd like to be a part of our mandir even further, we invite you to join our Mahela group. And for more information on the Mahela, please reach out to Pandita Nirvani, who's the lead liaison for that program. We also offer a youth forum, and these sessions will resume, the youth forum sessions will resume at the end of this month, and they will be in person. For more information on those, please reach out to Bahindaya. Again, those will resume at the end of the month, and they will be in person. If you would like to make a paperless donation and you cannot do so in person, we are providing you with a QR code on the screen. You can scan the code on your screen, or you can click on the link in the live stream if you're currently on your device. And that will take you through our PayPal process, where you'll be able to make your donation. Please be ensured to include your full name and your contact information so that we can send you a receipt. Finally, if you'd like us to say special mantra for an occasion, you can submit your name, your photo, and message to the email address on the screen, which is aryaspiritualcenter@gmail.com. In this case, center is spelled CENTRE. So that's aryaspiritualcenter@gmail.com. We're asking that if it's possible that you send your message in and your photos by the Thursday prior to the Sunday morning, on which you would like your message to be announced. So that would give us enough time to incorporate your message into our program. Those are all the announcements we have for today. I'm now going to hand you over to Pandit Bharat to do this morning's pravachan.
Thank you very much, Darshini, for uh, doing a wonderful job as our Sabhapati for today. Please give her a little round of applause. Om. All right, our son, Keval, he's trying to get the pravachan up on the screen. And also Niraj is back. So Niraj, you'll come to the harmonium and try to position yourself so that you can see on the screen, Niraj. So you help us chant along with all our members, all our family here in Mandir this morning. Om. 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 Again, I thank all of you so much for being here this morning. Abhay Kishan, I want to say a very special thank you to you for making the effort in picking up Uncle Sinat and Auntie Noreen every week on your way and bringing them to Mandir. We really appreciate. I know Uncle Sinat 5, 6 years ago he was able to drive, and health reasons he's not able to do so, but they are here because of your grace, and we thank you, Bhai Kishan. It's so much appreciated. Om. We will commence with this opening prayer. It's the first two mantras on from the Rig Veda. We all know the first one, Agni Mire Purohitam, and hopefully by then our Keval will be able to put it up on the screen. Om Agnimire Purohitam. All of us. Agnimire Purohitam Yajasya Devamritvijam Hotaram Ratnadhatamam Hotaram Ratnadhatamam Agnihi Purvebhir Rishibhir Idyo Nutane Ruta Sadevane Havakshati Sadevane Havakshati. Again, all of us in Mandir today. So, I mean, our audience is fairly small comparing to last week. And, there was quite a few events yesterday. One of our members had a satsang last night, and I know quite a few of our members went there. And sometimes when that happens, it impacts the Sunday morning program. Darshini, did you go? You didn't get to go. I didn't get to go either because I was at another birthday Hawaniyadshya yesterday afternoon. And so that's life, friends. We get on the weekends, Sept coming down to today's the last day of what? Officially, today's the last day of what? Huh? Summer, right? If those of us who I'm having a little conversation because I'm trying to get this up. They're trying to get it up on the screen. Those of us who go to the pools and so on, like Dion, sometimes he on weekends he will go swimming at the pools. Dion, the last days today, so next week you can go. So today's the last day of summer, but as you know, we said this morning, today is Patriots Day. It's a very, very important day, I mean, in the lives of all of us, many of us, as I said at the beginning, at that time when it happened on that day, it was a Tuesday morning, was an election day, and at that time I used to work in Manhattan. And then, when I got to my workplace, I used to be a manager of a health food store at that time. and there were a lot of people that was Uptown Manhattan, very nice neighborhood in Manhattan. A lot of firefighters, a lot of police officers, a lot of people who will shop at that store. I know them. But I never knew some of them, these people were firefighters or police officers until when I saw their pictures, in the newspaper, at that time when it happened, every day or every Sunday, I believe, they used to put at least 50 of their pictures in the newspaper, those of us who will read newspaper. And then I realized these are some of the, I spoke to them and so on. And, and that's how life is. We are here today, we're gone tomorrow. And let's go back. We have it up on the screen now. Last week when Pandit Deepak was here with the Gayatri Yajna, he touched on a very, very important thing. He touched on our children start back school. Some of us who live in Long Island, they started on Wednesday. And the majority, most of them in Queens, the 5 boroughs, they started back Thursday. And some of us who have children in school had the privilege to take your child last Thursday morning to school, and the teachers, not necessarily the teachers, but the principal and the assistant principals and many of the staff members were there welcoming, especially if your child is a new child to that school, and which is a wonderful thing. It's a really wonderful thing. A lot of parents I know, and some of you are grandparents here and you can do it. And some of you are yet to become parents. But those of us watching online, I know a lot of you take time off, at least that first 2 days, to take your child to school. Why it's important? To get to know the teacher, the person who will be teaching your child or who will be in charge, or the persons who will be in charge for your child for the next 6 to 7 hours in the school. And so in our scriptures, those of us who if you're familiar with the Satyart Prakash, the first chapter, what did Maharishi Danan talks about? Anybody remember? Very good, Darshini and Banshivi. In the first chapter, Maharishi Swami Danan gives 100 names of God. There are many more names of God, but he listed 100 names, and he gave the reasons why God is called Lakshmi, why God is called Omkar Bhagwan, why God is called Saraswati. Go to the other one, the other screen. Keval. Yes. Why God is called Saraswati? In the Puranas, we have Saraswati Ma, Lakshmi Ma. But in the Ved, this is Rig Ved mantra. There's a sukta. Like how we every Sunday, what sukta we chant every Sunday? There's one sukta that we all chant every Sunday from the Vedas. What sukta is that? Devendra, help me. Some of you call you Dion, but his correct name is Devendra. Help me, Devendra. Shiva Sankalpa Sukta. When a certain theme is 4 or 5 mantras, it's called a sukta. Those 6 mantras that talks about the importance of having a mind filled with what we call beautiful and benevolent thoughts. That's called the Shiva Sankalpa Sukta. And in the Rig Veda, we have a sukta that's called the Saraswati Sukta. And here I have the Saraswati Vandana. Vandana means let's worship, let's adore. Let's worship Saraswati. And in this mantra, I'll chant one line and I'll ask all of you. It talks, when we say Saraswati, who do we refer to? A God as what? God who is filled with knowledge. God who is a source of knowledge. That's why in the Puranas, in the Puranic literature, Ma Saraswati, there are other mantras. Sometimes I chant that mantra, Ida Saraswati Mahi, Tisro Devir Mayor Bhuvaha, Tisro Devir. I've chanted that recently in August when we celebrated India's Independence Day. Three goddesses, Ida, Saraswati, and Mahi. Ida, which is motherland. Saraswati, mother culture, mother language. Mother who gives us knowledge. And Ida Saraswati Mahi, mother civilization. These three Devis should take a seat in the innermost recesses of our hearts. And that's why, many of us, we come to Mandir week after week. There's some of us, we may not be here every week. But there's some of us who are here every week, who make an effort to be here every week. I compliment our son, our brother Niraj. Most Sundays he's here, unless he's traveling or he has another, but he makes every effort to be here on a Sunday morning. Among many other people too. We don't have the time to call everybody's name, but there are many key people who are here today that make sure they come here week after week. And so in the Saraswati, go back to Keval, put back the slide. Yes, in this verse, it says, Pavakanah Saraswati. All of us. Pavakanah Saraswati. Vajibhir Vajinivati. Vajibhir Vajinivati. Again. Vajibhir
Vajini
Vati. Yajyam Vastu Dhiya Vasuhu. All of us?
Yajyam Vastu Diya Vashuhu.
Sorry, Vashtu is supposed to be. Yajyam Vashtu Dhiya Vasuhu.
Yajyam Vashtu Diya Vashuhu.
Very good. Yajyam Vashtu Dhiya Vasuhu.
Yajyam Vastu Diya Vasuhu.
Yajyam Vashtu Diya Vasuhu. Yajyam. When we do this yajna here, this is one aspect of yajna. And it says here in the mantra, may Ved wisdom inspires to make the last line. That last line there, you see this part here, life sacrifice, life's yajna complete. Life's yajna complete. Now, life itself is what? Anybody? What's life itself? A what? A yajna. In this act of yajna here that we do every Sunday morning, what do? We offer, we give. And what the fire does? The fire burns it, the fire consumes it, and it what? It becomes microparticles. The fire gives back. It emanates into the atmosphere. And our life also is a yajna. When you take time off, when you get up, we all know, many of us, as I told you one Sunday morning, there's a family that comes to Mandir. I hope they're watching here today. But they come like, okay, when I reach out to them on Diwali or Pagwa or any, they will come. But on a regular Sunday morning, they don't come. They watch us online. And listen, watching us online is good. If you can't be here physically for some reason, it's a good thing. You watch us online. There are many reasons some people can't come. But I will tell you that this one person told me, Pandit Bharat, you may, not you, but the Mandir, when you do this, I mean, yes, it's important for us to stream. But when you do that, you make us lazy. We don't want to get up and come to the Mandir because we know we can watch it on our computers. And they hook up their computers to their TV screen at home and they watch it. So my point is, yes, if you can't be here physically, we understand. There are many reasons. Like you have a sick member, like one of our members who will come here very regularly. Their mom is ill right now, and they have to take care of mommy. They can't be here. But some of us we deliberately sleep late on a Sunday morning and we fail. Yes, we work hard every week. All of us, we work. Excepting mother. Mother, 7 o'clock, she's at the gym doing yoga. 7 o'clock, you be there for mother or 8? 7 times 7, sometimes 8. But the point is, mother, she doesn't have to go to a physical workplace, but she gets up at a certain time every day. She does her sandhya, and she knows at 7 or 8 o'clock, she got to be at the gym. She does her yoga. She does different exercises. She interacts with people of her age at the gym. She walks, and she knows that that's a part of her lifestyle. But still, whenever it's possible, Sunday mornings, she makes sure all the way from Brooklyn, sometimes she takes the train or she gets a ride. She comes. The point is, whenever we can come, make an effort to come. You don't have a ride like Auntie Noreen, reach out to someone. They will give you a ride. So as it says here, life in itself is that my point in quote saying all of this. Life is a yajna. Whatever you can do to give back to what has made you to what has made you into what you are. In following dharma, it identifies us as who we are. It gives us an identity. And our parents, when we were younger, our grandparents, they make sure that we walk this path. And now whatever little we have learned and we can and give back. We might not come up here and give a pravachan. We might not be able to, we chant, yes, but we might not be able to lead the Havan effectively like Neeraj or Bandarshini. But what we can do, we can come. We can help set up this place as many of you do. We can bring the fresh flowers and decorate the Vedi. Some of us brought prasad this morning. There's a whole tray of fruits at the back there for us. And so whatever we can do to give back, we make an effort to do so. And so that mantra, and so it says, as we're saying, Pavakanaha Saraswati. The word Saraswati in that mantra means Ved. Ved is called Saraswati because it overflows with what? Anybody guess? K-N-O? Knowledge. Very good. Ved is called Saraswati. According to the meaning here, it overflows with knowledge. Ved has an abundance of nourishing resources for us, and it's rich in intelligence and action. That's why time after time, many of our pundits, whenever it's possible, we try to, sometimes we have a little technical issue, but sometimes we put it on the screen so we all can follow along. For it says here, has an abundance of nourishing resources for us all, and it's rich in intelligence and action. Through its vital resources, it purifies us. What else? As I was pointing to that last line, may Ved wisdom inspire us to make our life sacrifice complete. As we all know, friends, life is a sacrifice. Coming to Mandir is a sacrifice. Getting up early and going to your work, your job, to your workplace is a sacrifice you make, and it comes with rewards, yes. Mother and others who go to the gym or the yoga class, getting up and going there, why they make that sacrifice? Because, and all of us who do that, because they want to enjoy good health. So we all have to make sacrifices. We all have to make sacrifices, friend. And there was one other verse I have. I'm hoping we can get this up. The last time it lasted half an hour nicely, but for some reason, it's coming on, it's coming on. All of us. He Prabhu Ananda Data. ज्ञान हमको दीजिए. Make it full screen. Keval, thank you. Why is half showing the bright white? Is it one of the lights? All right, you all can see this, right? Okay, very good. So this is a verse from a text called the Bhartri Hari Shatakam. Yes, friends, it's a very beautiful verse, and it talks about when we have the knowledge of the Vedas and other texts, the Satyarth Prakash. This verse the writer is, there's a text called the Bhartrihari Shatakam. Raja Bhartrihari wrote this verse. Many of us have seen that text. I have one of those, one of the books. But Maharishi Dayanand quoted this verse in, I forgot which chapter, in the Satyar Prakash. You know, Maharishi Dayanand in Satyar Prakash quoted verse from Manusmriti, Bhartrihari, and so many other texts in putting that, that book together. And this verse tells us that when we will walk the path of the Vedas of Ma Saraswati, then we are not, there is no force that will cause us to deviate from that path. I'll chant one line. Nindantu niti nipurna. All of us. Nindantu niti nipurna. Listen. Yadi vastuvantu. Yadi
Vastuvantu.
Very good. Lakshmi samavishatu. Lakshmi samavishatu gacchatu vayatishtam. Do the whole line. Lakshmi samavishatu gacchatu vayatishtam. Try that by yourself. Lakshmi
Lakshmi samavishatu gacchatu vayatishatam.
vayatishtam. Go. Vayatishtam.
Vayatishtam.
Very good, Niraj. Adyaiva va maranamastu yugantareva. Adyaiva va maranamastu yugantareva. By yourselves.
Adyaiva maranamastu yugantareva.
Nyayat patah pravichalanti padam nadhiraha. Nyayat patah pravichalanti padam nadhiraha. Again. Nyayat.
patah pravichalanti padam nadhiraha.
One more time, all of us. Nyayat patah pravichalanti padam nadhiraha. Very beautiful verse. I learned this verse well more than 30 years ago. When I used to attend Arya Vidal camp, this was one of the shlokas I learned in camp. That's why, again, I say this every time I chant a verse I learned in the camp. If you have young kids, you have grandchildren, and many of you did this last summer. I mean, not last summer, but in July, you brought your kids out to Mandir. We had well over 50-something kids coming within that 2 weeks. Why? Later on, what they have learned during the 2 weeks, they will use it. It will benefit them. And so let's see what Bhartrihari Maharaj says in this verse. Go to the English, Keval, please. Thank you, Keval. Whenever the wise one engages in actions, in truthful, just, and dharmic actions, what happens? They're never affected by praises or condemnation. They're never affected by praises or condemnation. Yes, people will praise you. Yes, you're doing a good job. Some people will condemn you too. But those people, those wise people, as it says here, the wise, when they engage in actions that are truthful and dharmic, Nindantu niti nipuna yadivastuvantu lakshmi sama vishatu gacchatu vayateshtam. And it says, it continues, they're not affected by praises or condemnation. What else? Whether all the material fortunes are given to him or her, whether everything is destroyed or snatched away from him or her, whether he or she lives, what? For 100 years or dies today, that immovable character never swerves from the path of justice and dharma. You know the last line? Let's read this together. Keval, put it big, son. Yeah, everybody read this. Niraj, lead them. 2-4.
Whenever the wise engages in actions, in truthful, just, and dharmic actions, they are never affected by praises or condemnation. Whether all the material fortunes are given to him or her, whether everything is destroyed or snatched away from him or her, whether he or she lives for 100 years or dies today, that immovable character never swerves from the path of justice and dharma.
Very good. In the verse, the last line, it says, Nyayat pataha pravichalanti padam nadhiraha. Nyayat, you know what nyay means? Nyay means justice. Nyayat pataha pravichalanti padam nadhiraha. Pataha, pathways. You know, we chant that mantra, Swasti pantha manucharema. The path, the pathway of the sun and the moon. Similarly here it says, Nyayat pataha. Go to the next one, Keval. I think we have the same verse one more time. Make it big. All of us, let's do this one more time before we wrap up. Nindantu niti nipurna yadi vastuvantu. All of us. Nindantu niti nipurna.
Yadi vastuvantu.
Listen. Lakshmi samavishatu gacchatu vayatishtam.
Lakshmi
Lakshmi
samavishatu gacchatu vayatishtam.
Adyaiva va maranamastu yogantare va.
Adyaiva va maranamastu yugantareva.
Again, all of us. Adyaiva va maranamastu yogantare va.
Adyaiva va maranamastu yugantareva.
Together, yogantare va.
Yugantareva.
Remember, we in the meaning we said, uh, whether that person lives for 100 years or dies today, yogantareva, whether that person lives a long life and he or she makes an effort to live a long life, or something happens and their soul is snatched away. As we think of those souls who lost their years, their soul, whose souls travel on 21 years ago, whether they died today, they what? That immovable character never swerves for the path of justice. That's why for that September 11th, as those firefighters and all the first responders who, they knew but while people were running away, yes, running away, you have to save your lives, but they knew they were going to danger. Why? Because it was their duty. As it says here, Nyayat pataha pravichalanti padam nadhiraha. That whatever that it says here, that immovable character never swerves from the path of justice or dharma. They never swerve from the path of doing their duty. Whether you're a teacher, whether you're a student, whether you're a firefighter, whether you're a police officer, whatever roles you play, and you have to be there to perform those roles. I commend our teachers. Many of our people, some of our, since the lockdown, some of us have been either going back 3 days to the office. 2 days, we still have the privilege of working from home. Some people still work from home 5 days a week. But our teachers and other people, our first responders, the nurses and the doctors, they all have to be there. Why? As it says here, Nyayat pataha pravichalanti padam nadhira. They know that it's their duty to serve the path of justice, to walk the path of performing their duties well. And so let's go back to that slide, Keval, one more time. Let's chant that last line. Break it big, son. Nyayat pataha pravichalanti padam nadhiraha.
Nyayayata
Nyayat, all of us.
Nyayat
Pataha
pataha
pravichalanti padam nadhiraha. Thank you, Neeraj. On all of you, very, very good effort. These are all Sanskrit words, and some of you, I think most of you, are seeing it for the first time. But I really, really appreciate how all of you join your voices this morning in today's pravachan. When we give our pravachan, we just don't lecture our people down like some mandirs will do. But it's our duty to get everybody involved. Ask Darshini. As a teacher, she will tell you. As a former teacher myself, we know the importance of having our students, our everybody involved in what we do. And so with these few words, again, I thank all of you so much for being here in Mandir this morning. Kewal, thank you so much, son. I know you had some challenges at the back there, but you made it. Thank you for streaming this morning, Niraj. Thank you for being here, Darshan, and all of you who made sure Yajna was done rightly, correctly. All of you who came, thank you all so much. We'll all stand for the arti as we come to an end. Our son Niraj and Darshani will lead us into the art.
Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Jagadish Hare Bhakt Jano ke sankat Bhakt Jano ke sankat Kshan mein dur kare Om Jai Jagadish Hare जो ध्यावे फल पावे दुख विन से मन का स्वामी दुख विन से मन का सुख संपत्ति घर आवे सुख संपत्ति घर आवे कष्ट मिटे तन का ओम जय जगदीश हरे मात पिता तुम मेरे शरण गहो किसकी स्वामी शरण गहो किसकी तुम बिन और न दूजा तुम बिन और न दूजा आस करो जिसकी ओम जय जगदीश हरे विषय विकार मिटावो पाप हरो देवा स्वामी पाप हरो देवा श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ संतन की सेवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संकट भक्त जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे अथ शांति पातः ओम द्यौः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षं शान्तिः पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्ति रोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्तिर्ब्रह्म शान्तिः सर्वं शान्तिः शान्तिरेव शान्ति सामा शान्तिरेधि ओम शान्तिः 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 ओम प्रेम से बोलो ओमकार भगवान की जय प्रेम से बोलो मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम श्री रामचंद्र की जय प्रेम से बोलो योगेश्वर श्री कृष्ण चंद्र की जय प्रेम से बोलो जगत गुरु महर्षि स्वामी दयानंद की जय प्रेम से बोलो वैदिक सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय भोजन मंत्र ओम अनपते नस्य नो धेहि यनमिवस्य शुष्मिनः प्रप्रदातारं तारिष ऊर्जन्नो धेहि द्विपदे चतुष्पदे Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste and have a wonderful week.